Welcome back, everybody. You are tuned in to the Head to Head podcast. This is your host, your boys Mo, and got my brother O over here as always. And today we have Mr. Chase Kimble joining us today from Houston, Texas. Everybody,
My
give
What's
him
dog.
a
going
great
on?
welcome.
My
Welcome,
dog.
brother. Welcome.
Thank y'all for having me on, man. I appreciate it, really.
You know, hey, it's a pleasure having you on. This is the first time we have somebody from Houston, Texas, I believe. Big H Town in the building. We're
Yes,
reaching a
sir.
new
Yes,
reaching a
sir.
new area, man. We trying to be global with this.
For real.
Um,
Okay.
so Mr. Chase Campbell, man, just a little so what I've gained from your background story just off camera. Houston, Texas native. You went
hmm
up, you played ball at Minot State, is that correct?
Minot State University in Minot, North Dakota. Yep.
Ooh, I know that code is different, man. I know. Uh,
Yeah.
whew. Yeah. So,
25 hours away in the car. It felt like it was 25 years away.
dang. So yours was 25 hours. Mine was 36. Cause I drove home when I left
Oof.
North Dakota, and
Oof.
Minot State was about, I want to say, an hour 20 south of where I was at
Gotcha.
Botano. So,
Wow.
man, yeah, man. So, Chase, man, tell us about your story. Your upbringing, where you from, your high
Okay.
school days, um, you know, and then just your travels to North Dakota, and
Got it.
your playing career and stuff like that. Just give us a
Okay.
little insight of you.
Cool. So yeah, I mean, just kind of like you said, was born and raised in Houston. Played football since the age of like 8 years old. Didn't play flag. Started off right in like little league and pads. That was a different time. But as y'all know, football in the South is everything, even from a young age.
Yeah.
Uh, so played all through little league. Went to middle school, played my eighth grade year, got into high school, um, and really, to be honest, after my freshman year of high school, I wasn't gonna play football anymore. I was gonna actually play baseball. Um, I had an okay freshman year, but it was kind of how you are. You're in high school, you're a freshman, you're 14, and guys are way bigger, way stronger, way faster. And you're like, man, I don't know if I'm actually cut out for this. And I tried to quit, and my baseball coach at the time was like, "Nah, you're not quitting football." He was like, "The reason you actually are good at baseball is because of football, because your hand-eye coordination, your aggressiveness, your speed, that all comes from you training for football." So he was like, "Go hard one more season, work out with them, give it everything you got." And he was like, "If after that your second season, your sophomore year, you still feel this way, then cool, you can focus on baseball, and it'll be that." And ended up having um, a really good sophomore year, and just completely fell in love with football, and just kind of continued on through. Had a great junior season. Um, Probably my best year in high school was my junior season. I think that's for a lot of people. Oddly enough, I don't know why that is, um,
Hmm.
but had a great junior season in football. Played on the offense side of the ball and defense, so I was a receiver and safety. And then senior year was pretty good. Ended up getting recruited by my state and decided to take a chance. Really, really, I just didn't want to play defense in college. And everybody was like, "You're a better safety than you are a receiver." And I was like, "That sounds good, but I don't want to hit nobody." I was like, "Man, give me the ball, put the ball in my hand. Let folks hit me." Because I was, at the time, I mean, obviously in high school, was a bigger body receiver, I guess. But yeah, I just knew I wasn't trying to kind of heal and hit college running backs. That wasn't for me. So Minot State gave me a chance to play receiver, and like I said earlier, ended up going 25 hours away and touchdown in Minot. And our man O was my freshman year roommate.
Man,
Me and my
that's how.
dog came from polar opposite places as far as like North Dakota to where we were from. Literally, he was from, you got to be Cocoa, Florida, Cocoa Beach.
Cocoa, Florida, man. Golly.
And then, yeah, I was from, like y'all said, Houston. And we somehow ended up roommates in Minot, North Dakota. uh, but yeah, I mean, up there, just again, like I think like everybody, right? Whether people want to admit it or not, I think everybody is chasing a dream to continue to play, and so that's why I was up there. Regardless of the division, right? You're trying to see if you have what it takes to compete at that level, and then see if you can compete at the next level. And so that's what I was there for. I mean, I had a blast, man. I met a lot of great people. Um, redshirted my freshman year, played my second year, ended up starting my third year. And this is where the story gets a little more interesting. My third year, started that entire season. We had for Minot State, we had a decent season. But really, as long I was up there, we didn't ever have any winning seasons, unfortunately. But going into the last game of the year, actually, I'm gonna backpedal a little bit. So that whole year, that would have been my fourth year at the time, right? So I had been technically in school for 4 years, redshirted my first year. Redshirted my first year, played 2 years, and ended up starting my third year. And so started that whole year. And so going into like the last couple of games of the season, I was like, man, do I still want to keep doing this? Do I still want to keep playing? I'm gonna graduate in the spring. I was thinking about, figuring out, okay, boom, is it just time for me to graduate? This will be my last year, hang it up, go home. So we get to the last game of the season. We're playing Minnesota Duluth in Duluth, Minnesota. And it is the third quarter. We just came out of the half. It's the third quarter. It's a routine pass play, honestly. Everybody knows 4 verts. I think it was third and forever, and we were running 4 verts. We ended up throwing a check down to our running back. He caught it. He was running my way. I doing my job, found the first person to, block and kind of turn him on the inside, give him the sideline, right? Sideline's always your friend, so I'm trying to give him the room to the sideline so he can work. As he gets closer, the cornerback did what he was supposed to do. He shed the block, threw me off. As he threw me off, I was kind of stumbling. And, it's football IQ, so okay, boom, the ball carrier is behind me. I'm kind of falling towards the field of play, so the crowd is coming from that way. So I'm basically bracing to get hit, right? As I get hit, I just kind of get hit perfectly, and it ends up hitting me right kind of, I guess, on this side of my neck, the left side of my neck, and it ends up stopping all my momentum, and instantly I was paralyzed from the neck down. So instantly had a spinal cord injury, right? And the details of that really are spinal stenosis, because everybody thinks that I broke my neck or broke my back. And in reality, I didn't. In reality, I just got hit, and it was what you would call, I guess, it was really like just an extreme stinger. But I had spinal stenosis where my spinal column is thinner than I guess what it's supposed to be. And so when that happened, my cord actually took the shock, swelled up, and when it swelled up, it actually hit the inside of the canal, which it's not supposed to do. And so when it did that, it bruised the cord, and so that's what caused the paralysis. So I actually didn't ever have any surgeries, didn't actually ever break my neck, all by the grace of God, because I was literally paralyzed from the neck down instantly, had to be carted off, had to be ambulanced to the hospital, CAT scans, MRIs, had to go through, was up there, this is all, and mind you, this is the last game of the season, so this is like November. And so I'm up there in November. Again, I'm not from anywhere around here. We're not even at the home game, so like none of my teammates are from around that area, the ones who are, North Dakota natives. So, after had been hit and moved, doctors coming in telling you, we're not sure if you're ever going to move again, be able to feed yourself, walk again, none of that. I'm in a super foreign place, and all my teammates headed back to, to the school. So that was a crazy time for sure. Was just really blessed. My mom was able, we had a friend who had, a family friend who worked for the airline. So my mom was able to catch a buddy pass and fly up literally the next day. So she was up there with me for about a week. She had to go back home, go back to work, obviously. My sister, who's a teacher, she was, again, this is November, so boom, she was at home, and her school, just finished for the semester. So now she had all this time off, so she was able to come up the following when mom left. She was up there for a week. And so then at that point, I'd been in Minnesota for 2 weeks, and just kind of sitting in the hospital, just kind of waiting it out. And eventually they're starting to tell me, okay, what happens, you need to start doing aggressive rehab, you need to start doing aggressive therapy, right? Basically, you need to try to get moving and get up as quickly as possible, because the longer you're down, the harder it's going to be. And so, obviously, my perspective was, well, get me home. Like, get me out of here. I'm trying to go back to Houston. That's where I want to do all my therapy, where my family's at and all that. But they were like, we can't move you because you're not technically stable yet, so you need to go somewhere up here. So they had to move me from the regular hospital in Minnesota, in Duluth, to the rehab hospital in Duluth. And I was over there for maybe 48 hours. And then somehow, some way, they worked it out where I could get an Angel Med flight all the way down to Houston, basically as if I was, somebody who was in a extremely severe accident, and there was no hospital even in the area. So it worked out kind of crazy that they were able to do that for me. So touchdown in Houston and did rehab in the hospital in Houston for another month, and just really aggressive, really trying to get up on your feet, really trying to move as much as you can. So did that for another month, and then after that point, they kind of, while you're doing that aggressive therapy, they're also telling you, or they're teaching you to live as if you're not going to be able to walk and take care of yourself and all that again, right? So they're teaching you wheelchair skills, they're teaching you, walker skills, they're teaching you how to do different things and live kind of adaptively, right? Because everybody doesn't get as lucky or as blessed as me, right? There are people who this happens to, and they don't ever walk again, right? So they're teaching you, or they're trying to be as aggressive as possible to get you back to your normal, but they're also teaching you your skills in case this is your new normal. So I left the hospital in Houston in January of 2016, and I left the hospital still in the wheelchair. I could do most things with my upper body, my arms and things like that. I could feed myself and bathe myself and things like that, right? So really my main focus, or the thing I acted, at least at that point, was just being able to walk around and move around on my own, right? So, but once they get you stable, they have to get you out of there because somebody else is coming in, right? So at that point I was stable. So you go home and you do aggressive outpatient therapy. So I was doing that 4 days a week, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, going 4 days a week, going 2 hours a day. And that was really the intense therapy that I needed, and really the aggressive therapy I needed to really get me up on my feet. And what's really cool about that, to me at least, was when you're in a hospital, even though you're doing aggressive therapy and they're, to me, letting me compete again, right? Because that was where my mind was at. I was like, okay, I'm trying to compete. I'm trying to be the best that I can be. But when you were doing it in outpatient, you do feel like you're back in the real world. And that was one thing that I was missing while I was in the hospital, because when you're in the hospital, you feel like you're in the hospital, whether you want to feel like it or not. So when you go home, you get to have your mama's home cooking, and you get to, your friends will come to the house. So it was good. It really was good for me to be able to get out of the hospital and still be able to do that aggressive therapy. So did that for about a year, and was burnt out. I ain't gonna lie, I was burnt out of having to go to the therapy center every day. But I say that, right? Because I left the hospital still in a wheelchair. By about 6 months, I was using a cane pretty regularly and pretty easily. And then by about a year, I was still using the cane, but I could get around without it. So I had made some really good progress. I really had. I had made some really good progress, and I was just burnt out. I think anybody that kind of knows, that's played ball, I think has been through a season and been through an off season. You get to points where you're like, dog, I'm hitting that brick wall. Yeah, it's just, and it's like, I just need a break. And so I needed a break. So after that year of just doing the aggressive outpatient therapy, I whittled it down from 4 days to 2. And I just started working part-time at a place that I had interned over the summer. And it's this oil and gas company in Houston. And they let me come in and work and, get my mind off of all different things that I was going through. And I needed it, because when you're thinking about recovering every single day, dog, it's draining. It's draining for real. And I think that goes for anybody. That's not just for my injury. Anybody that's had an Achilles injury or a knee injury, or whatever. All you can think about is, dog, I'm trying to get back to where I was,
Yeah.
and and I'm trying to do this aggressive therapy, and so you get to a point where you're just like, man, I need a break. So, nah, they definitely looked out and let me just come work and be able to think about other things and start my life over, because on top of literally playing ball for over a decade, to then having to recover from playing ball, it was like, yo, I just need to think about anything else at this point. And so I was able to do that, and then continue to do that for about 6-7 months, and then at that point, I made a decision where I was like, I'm not going to continue to go to like an inpatient rehab facility, or sorry, an outpatient rehab facility anymore, because there truly were people that needed it more than I did, and I was really taking up a spot, because a lot of the things that we were doing in there, they were teaching me I could do on my own at home. And I think that's a lot of athletes. You get to a point where you're like, all right, if I'm doing kind of the same things every day, I know I've got this down to a science. I can continue to do this on my own, right? And there are people who
I know what I'm doing.
yeah. And so there's new patients coming in that had similar injuries to me. There's people who had strokes in there, and so I just felt like they needed it more than I did. So at that point I decided to, okay, cool, I'm gonna go ahead and just do the things I can do on my own at home. And so at that point I was like, okay, I gotta finish school, because mind you, all this happened in my senior season, and this was the fall, and I was finna graduate in the spring, and all that got derailed. So now this is a year later, and I'm like, yeah, I probably need to go ahead and finish up these like 2-3 classes I had left. So finished up those 2-3 classes, graduated in 2017, May of 2017. And then shortly after, about a month or two after, I started with the oil and gas company I'm with today, and I've been there for, it'll be 5 years in June. So a little crazy story.
That's wild.
Good story.
Did you graduate? Did you graduate from Minot State?
I did graduate from Minot State, and actually, what was really cool about it, they let me walk in 2016 when I was supposed to graduate. They actually let me back up there and walk, so I walked with the cane. And that was real cool, and just because I got to walk with, my boys and everybody that I had been there with. Yeah. And then ended up actually truly graduating the following year.
Okay, that's cool. I got a question for you, bro. So,
all right.
How long? So, okay, I'm gonna just ask it. You're able to up and walk now, right?
Yeah.
Like you're able to walk perfectly fine. How long did that take?
So I don't want that to be I don't want that to be misconstrued, because perfectly fine it's almost a no in the like spinal cord injury community, because everybody it's rare that anybody gets 100% ability back. It doesn't really happen, and I don't have it. I don't have 100%. My left side is still more impaired than my right side is. And that's just kind of what you have to deal with. But so your question was what the healing process was?
Yeah, like how long has it been, I guess, to get to where you're at now?
Okay, so when you go through what is called spinal shock, basically your cord swells up, and it basically shuts down all the flow of the signals from your brain to your body. And so that's like I think it was like a 10 to 14 day type of thing where you can't move. Like I couldn't move anything.
That's crazy.
That was about 2 weeks. And so you wait for the shock.
Crazy. That's crazy.
So you wait for the shock to wear off, and that's when they say, okay, let's get aggressive, let's get you moving, let's get your body remembering what you were doing. So with that being said, that was in 2015. That was November 2015. So we were 6 years out.
Damn.
And I
mean,
old.
Yeah.
Old.
2015. Yeah, that's when I graduated college.
Mm-hmm. And so I would say 2.5. Kind of when I got to a point where I felt good and I felt confident about what I physically could do.
That's crazy, man.
And still trying, and still honestly striving every day to continue to get better. Truthfully.
Yeah, got to. That's crazy, man. That's a wild story,
For
bro.
real.
That's
All right,
wow.
Chase, man. Let's talk. Let's get positive, man. Shit. That's my dog, man. My first roommate.
It's positive, bro.
Yeah.
It's positive, man.
No, it
Shoot.
is. Because I want, man,
Nah,
I love telling
because
I honestly
Bro,
love telling my
dog a
story.
warrior,
I
bro.
want everybody to have like extreme faith and hope that like you can do whatever you set your mind to.
Hell yeah,
Situations and circumstances you in, you can do whatever you want to do. Just dream about it, think about it. I mean, honestly become obsessed about it, and it'll take you a lot further than you think. Your mind and your body are a lot stronger than people think.
yeah, most definitely, man. Shoot, I remember I was
But yeah,
at
let's get positive. So
Washburn.
what's up?
I,
Yeah.
Before we get positive, I remember I was at Washburn, and then I think Mitch hit me up. He said, "Hey, Chase got his Batman." So I was like, "What the fuck?" So I remember texting you like, "Bro, you straight, bro? I hope you straight,
Yeah,
bro.
man.
Like, what the fuck?"
Yeah.
Because you know me.
I know that's how he reacts.
You know me. If I was out there, bro, I would have been like fighting the dude who collided you. You know me. That's just me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But shoot, let's get positive though, man. So you from Texas, Houston, Texas, man. How was it like growing up in Houston, Texas? How was the football life? How was the culture? You know what I'm saying? Just give us a rundown how it's like,
What's
man.
that show? What's that show, man? I used to
Friday
watch
Night
it.
Tykes. Talking about the
Yeah, Friday Night Tykes.
It was everything you can imagine. So I mean, y'all are from Florida, so y'all know what I'm talking about. And it was just, bro. It was Saturdays for football, like Little League football. Bro, you get there. The first game is at like what 10 o'clock, and you out there
they be
until 6
early.
p.m. Bro. I
Yep.
mean, literally, you watch the freshmen to the seniors play, and whatever division you're in at the time, you show up early to watch the freshmen play, and you play your game, and then you stay to watch the older guys play. It literally, bro, it was life. It was all we knew. It was constant. It was every day, and that's just what we were. That's what we were raised on. So I'll tell you this though, Friday Night Tykes took it to a whole other level. It wasn't that serious when I played. It was serious, but it wasn't that serious. It was still meant to be fun, and like I said, I still have boys to this day that like play Little League football with that are my boys, and so it's just that's one of the things I always love about football too. Is just like the relationship that you build and the people that, bro, it will literally be in your life for the rest of your life. So, but it was just like y'all know, it was everything. It was practice 2 days a week, and then Saturdays it was game day, and you were amped up, and it was just go out there and run into people.
Them little kids be blasting each other.
For real. The little oversized helmets look like bobbleheads. Pants to the
They
knee.
be destroying each other on that show. I'll be like, dang.
The coach is cussing them out.
Coaches' pants going crazy. Yeah, coaches' pants going crazy.
They're trying to sign kids from different cities.
My mama been kicked out of a few games, blowing her air horn and having her cowbell. I'd be like, Mom, you gotta chill. And she's like, but you need to hear me. I'm like, I can't hear nothing out there. So you're not doing it for me. But oh yeah,
it's just she heard.
Exactly. But yeah, I mean that's what it was. All our games were filmed. We would go to my homeboy's house. His daddy was the coach. We'd watch film. Like it was serious.
I ain't never watched film until I got to like a junior in high school. For real, I ain't never watched no film. But bro, okay, so I just hit on something. High school.
Yes, sir.
Tell me a little bit about your high school coach, man. Who was your high school head football coach, man? Let these people know.
Okay, all right. So my high school football head coach was Charlie Ward.
Yeah,
the Seminole Florida State great,
Heisman
Trophy winner. He was the man. Yeah, he was my high school coach from my whole time actually. My freshman year and my senior year. Yeah, it was awesome, bro. I'm not even gonna lie, it was really cool. It was just like to be around somebody that good, and like the crazy thing about it, because he was like just a genuinely nice person, good dude. Like you would never guess, like just seeing him walk around, that this man was a star, right? Like you would never guess that literally won a Heisman in football, then went to the NBA and played basketball, got drafted in the MLB, like was crazy athlete. But then you get these little glimpses. You get these little days, just these random days where, like, I remember our quarterback. It was in practice. I can't remember if our quarterback had to like go somewhere or something. He was sick or something, and so we were working on red zone that day. And Coach Ward was like, "All right, well, our quarterback isn't here, so I'm just gonna step in. Like, obviously, nobody not gonna hit him, right? And so he just kind of stepped in and took snaps, and dog, it was crazy. It was on a different level, like catching balls from this man, because it was like, okay, I see what people say when it's all about timing and like the ball should be out before you even out of your break. It was crazy, and it was just red zone. Like it wasn't even like open field. It was literally just red zone work. And I mean, every time I turned my head around, ball was there, and had defenders around. Like it was just to see like somebody on a different level like that was crazy. And then this other time we had this faculty versus players basketball game, and they let him play. Dog, he didn't miss a shot. Like it was crazy. I mean, he might have played 15 minutes and had 30 points.
Hey,
it was insane. It was insane. And the thing, like, if you asked me throughout that whole time if I ever saw him pick up a basketball, I would tell you no. But he was never just in the gym shooting around. That just wasn't him. But was just that crazy of an athlete to where he was like, okay, cool, yeah, I'll play, and walked out there and gave them 30 in like 15 minutes. So it was cool though. It was different. It was unbelievable.
That's dope, man. Hey, I'm gonna tell you this. That boy O had a smooth double in the students versus faculty.
Well, I dropped 12, 15. Dropped like 12 or 15 points, man. I was out there, man.
That man had a smooth double in that game.
I was scoring, bro. I think I was like one of the top 2 scorers on the team.
That man was living and dying in
balling.
The but he's 6'5", 6'6", but ain't nobody gonna get up there with him, man.
Bullying them kids, I don't care. They ain't my kids.
But we used to go down to the little, I can't remember what it was called. It had a name, but the little rec center in MoandOthepod Stadium. We used to hoop, and you used to get out there. My dog was aggressive in the paint, so I hope you didn't treat them kids like he was treating us, bro.
Man, that's all that man knows is aggression. That's all he knows. It ain't no off switch. It ain't none of that with him.
No,
you know, one speed.
One. Listen, I thought everybody from Florida was like that when I met him. I was like, yo, they are different out there.
Nah, it was wild.
It was 100% or nothing.
What's wrong with him, man? I be like, bro, chill out sometimes. Like, no. I'm like, bro.
Bro, this man Chase done kept me out of so much trouble freshman year, man. It's not even funny, man.
I wasn't gonna bring it up.
Oh yes, please.
Bro,
I need.
Spill the
what
beans.
is your craziest story with? Oh man, I need that.
Bro, you give me the green light.
The green light is on, bro.
Yeah, we grown now. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
we gotta talk about it.
Yeah, that's it. My dog didn't turn over a new leaf. But I'm gonna tell you this. This one is funny too, though. This one is funny. So we had a quarterback in MoandOthepod State, and I remember. So we were doing morning workouts like everybody does. It had to be early spring because you were there the whole year, huh? The whole first year.
I was there the whole year.
Yeah, so it had to be like early spring. We were doing morning workouts. Mind you, it's North Dakota, so we didn't go outside until April. Right, so this is January, February. We definitely inside doing the workouts, and we used to do like little competitions. And so we doing these competitions, and we were doing like an ab competition at the end of the workout. And so it was. I don't remember exactly who won or what happened. I don't even think Ricardo was even a part of the competition. I think he just heard about it. And so we in the cafeteria at like it had to be breakfast, and it was a quarterback that he wasn't too fond of, and so he was like, they used to always go back and forth. So it was that's just kind of how it was. So when one of them hears something about the other one, oh yeah, I gotta go and get this shot. And it was always friendly. But he was like, oh yeah, I heard you lost at the abs competition at the abs competition, and then the quarterback said something to him, and Ricardo let it go. We was just chilling. We was sitting there eating breakfast, and then he looked up at me. He said, he tried me, huh? And I said, who tried you? He said, the quarterback's name. I said, when? He said, bro, like 15 minutes ago. 20 minutes had passed. He said, like 15 minutes ago, you tried me with that comment, huh? I said, what? He said, nah, I can't let him try me. Bro stood up out of the cafeteria mid-eating his food and went to the dorm and was trying to find Buddy. And I was like, Oh yeah, my boy. I gotta go
He
get
be
him.
off his rocks, man.
So I had to go get him, calm him down. But that's just how my dog is. He's 100% loyal. He's all go. When they talk about train to go, bro, it's all go. And that's just who he is.
That man tripping, man. He acting like Matt Barnes. It took you 15, 20 minutes, man, to process that. Bro, Matt Barnes was mad. He drove for 8 hours.
Yeah, that's different.
That's different, man. You building up to that, bro. I tell you, you need to chill out.
I tell you this though, man. That freshman year in Minot, man, that was like pure.
That was a tough year.
That was crazy. That was like, Ricardo off his shit, before he got all grown up, got kids and all that. But excuse me, not kids.
That was a tough year.
Like, bro, first.
And you gotta remember, like,
dang,
18. Like, that's what people don't realize, bro. You 18. You in a whole different place. You nowhere near home, right? You living with somebody you ain't never lived with, never met before. You in these dorms, you small confinement. Like, it really, thankfully, nothing crazy ever actually happened, right? Because, like, you think about all these football players you got from all over these different places. You talking about throwing 100 people together that don't know each other, bro. Anything can happen. But I think that's what makes it. I think that's what makes it so interesting and so fun at the same time is that it's so diverse, people from everywhere, all these different personalities, and quite frankly, what why this is my dog, and why every time something like that would happen, I would never trip out, is because whenever he would have a moment like that, give it a week or 2 weeks, and him and whoever that person was, they were cool. He was always man enough to be like, hey, bro, I was.
Yeah.
And that's honestly rare. Everybody's not like that. Some people would just be like, nah, I don't like you, and that is what it is. He would always be like, hey, in that moment, if he was tripping, he'd be like, I was tripping. And he would always, be respectful about it. So, but yeah, bro, used to trip every now and then.
Leave, boy. I tell you, that was a different time, man. Shoot, I remember the first day we all met, you know what I'm saying? We got to the dorms, packed, emptied out the room. And then we all went downstairs to the common room the very first day. I love my dog Randall. I remember I was about to fight Randall the first day. You remember that?
What happened the first day?
Oh no, he was trying to make some fat jokes or something. You know what I'm saying? I was a little chubby. He was doing some fat jokes or something. I was about to size him up. Like, hey, what the fuck is up, bro? You talking that shit? What's good with you? Blah 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 blah. That's my dog though. He good people, but that first day, you gotta let it know what's good.
Yeah, you gotta be the, show everybody you the alpha. But look, bro, this man also, I don't know nobody, bro, that watched more Boondocks and Family Guy than this man. That was what was on the TV all day, 24/7, bro. Boondocks or Family Guy, that was it. That was all bro ever played. And then, hold on, who was music person you used to listen to? It was somebody from Florida, wasn't it?
Yeah, reconnected.
Oh, y'all lost me for a second?
Oh, you good, man. You back.
Okay. And then it was somebody from Florida music that you used to play all the time. It wasn't,
Plies?
No, it was Plies. Bro played Plies all day. And I love Plies. I love Plies. But bro played Working Season.
That man loved Plies, bro. That man loved
Bro
Plies,
played Working Season and Friday, and bro, all day long.
And I'm from Florida. I like Plies too. But he loved Plies, bro.
We had a good time for real.
That's what's up, man. Yeah, man. Shoot, I bet it's crazy because you touched on it. You coming from different areas, man. Just playing football, you build relationships with people from different parts of the United States or even different parts of the world.
Yeah.
And it's cool how it happens, and you do build them lifelong relationships.
Oh yeah.
I'm in a few group chats with all my homies from college and stuff, so it gets wild, man. That's what's up.
Oh yeah. I mean, yeah, you gotta think about it. Your people start meeting them, right? Like my parents met him. My mama still asks about Ricardo to
Yeah.
this day.
Man,
Exactly.
Shoot. It's crazy, man, how life works, man. Like, shoot, like,
It really is.
for this episode of the podcast, like, I was just thinking, of stories, and then, I remember Chase, like, man, my first roommate, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't remember everybody, I don't like, you know what I'm saying? But people that come to my head, like, my dog, like Mo, Chase, like, shit. In all reality, I spent only 1 year with Chase. But shoot, like, that 1 year was so impactful that where, shoot, I wonder how Chase is doing. You pop in my mind a couple times. I'm trying to get down to Texas, hang out with my dog one of these days, man. You in Boston, try to catch Boston too. But you know what I'm saying? It's like you were saying earlier in relationships, bro. It's so important. You create some, critical, brotherhoods in college football or whatever sport you play. You create them brotherhoods, sisterhoods, and it really do last a lifetime. Bro. It's been 10 years.
Because you go through tough times, man. Yeah. Because people don't realize that, bro. Playing college sports, that's tough times. I don't care what anybody says. It's fun and you love it, bro, but it's a struggle.
You broke, you hungry, tired, stressed because of school.
Yeah.
Bro, that joint. Yeah.
Bro, I know.
Bro, what would you say was your biggest hurdle coming from Houston to go to Minot? What was the biggest change, bro? What was the thing that like really blew your mind? Like, damn, I gotta really adapt to this.
Let me think, because I think everybody first thing they come to mind is like the weather, the cold. But I ain't gonna use that one. I ain't gonna use that one because that one's too easy.
That's too easy.
Let me think of a good one. Let me think. You know what? I ain't gonna lie, like, because luckily my state was recruiting people from the South, and so we had folks from Texas, like me in Boston, like you said. We had dudes from Florida. It was 50 of them. It was so many y'all from Florida, bro. So that actually helped a lot. But really, I think it was like maybe not even necessarily like at the school or with football, because football was difficult, right? Just having to adapt to that new level of play, because dudes were good. Like it just I don't care what anybody says, whatever level of division you're at, college football is completely different than high school football. You could have been the best dude at your high school. I'm telling you, when you get to college football, whatever level you were at, it's gonna be dudes that you like, dang, like, bro is big, he's fast, he's strong, he can really play, like, period. But I think outside of that, it was really just adapting to the city, because the city was so different. Coming from such a big city like I was from, I wasn't used to seeing the same people everywhere I went all the time.
Everywhere.
You know what I'm saying? We would go to a restaurant and see the same waitress, the same folks eating in there. We go to Walmart, see the same people walking around, and it it was just weird adjusting to that and being like, dang, I'm really in a place where it's a couple thousand people, and you're gonna see those couple thousand people by the time you out of here. So that was probably the thing I had to adapt to the most. And then honestly, people say what you want, you're gonna get homesick at some point, and just not being able to go home whenever you want to. Yeah. Not being able to go home whenever you want to, right? Like when you go that far away, that's a plane ride to get home quick. And it might be a couple plane rides, right? I never had a direct flight from Houston to Minot to Houston. Never.
Wait, you had to stop at Denver first? You had to stop at Denver first? Or
Minnesota or Minneapolis.
Or Minnesota. Yeah. If you take Delta, you got to go to Minnesota.
Yep. It was always a couple.
I remember it, bro.
It was always a day trip. Yep. It always took a day. That was a big adjustment. Is being like, all right, cool. Just planning to go home was, okay, boom, I'm gonna catch this flight. I'm gonna be in Minnesota at this time. All right, cool. And I got this hour layover, but boom, this airport is huge. If you in the wrong spot, that hour layover ain't gonna cut it.
Yeah, you got the hype.
Yeah. So it was just all of that. I'd say that was just the biggest adjustment, is just being in a different place.
Bro, you know what's crazy? You say you got you wasn't used to seeing the same people every day in Minot.
Yeah.
Bro, when I was in Botno, we used to travel to Minot just to just to see something different. That was the big city for us. Like,
Ain't shit there. Ain't
so
shit.
yeah, bro.
They call it the Magic
more
City.
No, bro.
They call it the
It
Magic
was
City.
way
What
more
magic?
Yeah, when I remember I seen that. I was like, the Magic City. I was like, there's nothing magical here.
Yeah, nah.
This shit is a frozen tundra. But
You gotta make your own magic.
bro, man, I remember we used to travel up there to go to McDonald's, man. We used to drive an hour to go to McDonald's, bro. There wasn't no McDonald's out there.
Y'all had nothing.
Nothing. We had Chester's chicken at the gas station and Dairy Queen.
Okay, yeah,
and Walmart.
They was gonna keep Dairy Queen and Walmart.
Dairy Queen everywhere there, bro.
Everywhere. Hold
I don't know what's up with them.
So what y'all had in the cafeteria? Was it Sodexo too?
Yeah, Sodexo.
The guts.
Yeah. I hated them, bro.
Well, them guts.
I hated them, bro. Hey, okay, but you know who Sodexo was actually pretty good? Duluth. You was just talking about him. Duluth was pretty good.
Probably got the deluxe package. They probably got the deluxe package.
I don't know what it was. But they stuff was different from everybody else.
That was a luxury spot. I don't even lie. Duluth and St. Cloud, those are the luxury shit.
Yeah, St. Cloud was a good one too.
Shoot, let me tell y'all a quick story about this damn cab. So I know one time, I think we were out of season, Chase. We were out of season. Yeah. It's before we went home. You know, the first half of the year, the food was ass every day. And then the second half, they brought the dude from Golden Corral. I remember that. But, like, before we went home, the cab it was a weekend. The weekend, you know, they get all the leftovers and shit. So it was like Saturday morning, we walked in the cab, like, man, we turned around like, nah, fuck this. We're going to the Chinese buffet. Granted, none of us have cars. It's damn snow, like 2 feet of snow outside. Like 5 of us marching down the road, like going through the ice age or some shit, just walking the damn Chinese buffet.
I remember that.
It's cold, tired.
But bro, we were sick of it. We were sick. Bro. The weekends in the cafeteria, bro, it was. I mean, you walk in there, the eggs like they were made an hour ago. Hey, the bacon, they even put the bacon on the skillet. It just was there. It was, bro, the sausage links wasn't right. They ran out of milk. It was like, bro, all they had was skim milk left.
So I think that's every single college campus. On the weekends, man, the cafeteria is absolutely terrible, bro. Like,
it was real.
I remember, man, we used to have days like that. We used to walk in them. We didn't even look up there. You just smell it. You like, man, hell no, I ain't eating none of this today, man.
That's exactly how it was.
Hey,
we walked in.
Turn right around,
bro, and just figure it out.
Nah, we're going to the Chinese buffet, bro. We're going to figure it out, man.
Yeah.
Okay, hey, that's another thing. Bro, there was another place up there in Botano. There was a Chinese buffet. Now,
look, I don't know.
How the hell they getting up there, bro? It don't make no sense. None.
Man, and look, I don't know where them ingredients came from, but they were up there, bro. They were up there. We had 2 of them in mine. I think we had 2 Chinese buffets in mine.
On the same road, the same street.
Bro, it was only one road. It was only one street. That was
on Main Street.
That was it. That was it. It was one street, up and down. That was it.
It's crazy, man. Nah, we had a Chinese buffet, and I always wondered that. I'm like, bro, we literally in the middle of nowhere.
Yes.
Like, we out here.
Yep.
Just pastures and shit.
Yep.
And there's a Chinese buffet.
Let me ask y'all this. And whenever y'all just talk to new people, random people, and you tell them that you spent time in Minot or Botano, bro, how do they react? I'm sure folks are like, what are you talking about?
What? They always like, how'd you end up there? Where's that?
They're like, huh?
Where's that?
Yeah. Like, where? Bro.
Mm-hmm.
Minot, North Dakota, dog. Think about that. Football took us to places that you would have never thought. I would have never in my life traveled to North Dakota if it wasn't for football.
Never.
In my life.
There's nothing up there, man.
Nope.
No reason.
Nope.
Bro, I remember when we got up there, they was talking about the damn bubble. They would have a bubble for the field. No. It was out there cold.
Right now, though.
They
Yeah.
there now?
They got one in
They got it now. But shit,
Yeah,
we was out there, red shirt. We were red shirts on offense. Me and Chase, we were offense. I was an old lineman. I remember this. It was snowing. Like, you know, after October, this shit turned to hell. It was snowing cold as hell. During practice, in the morning, bro. It was 6 a.m. practice.
Nobody
Snow.
tell you hell is hot, boy. Hell is cold and snowy.
For real.
I always say that. I'm like, hell is a frozen tundra, bro.
Yep.
We were practice 6 a.m. The DC was just doing walkthroughs, bro. We sitting there, you know, in our 3-point stands, cold as hell, just doing walkthroughs. It was so damn cold. The coach stopped practice and said, you know, let's get a couple laps in so y'all don't get too cold. I'm like, bruh, what we gonna do after this? Walk through again and get cold again?
Yeah. We getting punished for being, because we out here in this cold. They ain't gonna punish us and make us keep our body warm by taking laps. Crazy.
God,
it was crazy, man. It was crazy. Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. I remember that. That was Coach Ford, huh?
Yeah, Coach Ford. Hey, you want to hear a funny thing about Coach Ford? Nah, it's not Coach Ford. I seen me with Mo. You remember the coaching convention we went to?
Yeah.
I seen Coach Cottrell. You remember Coach Cottrell, the redhead coach with the lip?
Yeah.
I was catching up with him at the convention. This shit was random as hell.
What?
Yeah.
Where's he at? Now, he's still in North Dakota?
He was at NDSU, North Dakota State.
Oh, he getting the rings. That's how he doing.
Good for him. That's wild. Okay.
But shoot, I want to get another question in, right? So, Chase, how was it like? You know, your freshman year, right? Me and you was roommates and all that, man. Getting adjusted to North Dakota, bro. My dog had a job. He had a job. He was a pizza boy, cooking us a pizza, going to class, and handling football, man. How'd you balance your lifestyle? You know, being a worker / football player / student athlete, man. How'd it go, man? Tell the folks.
Man, I was trying to grind, and really, what's funny is like when you're in season, you obviously don't have no time for that, and ain't nobody's gonna let you do that, right? No, the program's not gonna let you work. But we, like you said, we broke, but we didn't have no money, so it was like, if you want to do something, if you want to, you know, whether it be just like I said, not eat cafeteria food on the weekend, or, you know, okay, boom, spring break went up, and I'm trying to go home, like. I was just out there working because I was just trying to pay for those little things. But as far as just balancing all the time, luckily, to me, it was a little easier because for us, at least in the spring, it really was just 6 a.m. workouts to 5 a.m., whatever time it was. And then it was like, okay, boom, really the rest of your day is just for you in class, right? And so after that, we didn't have anything in the afternoon because it was too cold to do anything in the afternoon. So we really like wide open nights and weekends, and so it really wasn't too hard balancing things. But it was, again, mind you, got to remember this is not North Dakota, so it's a little different if you go to school in the big city and there's a little more college life going on, or just life in general going on. We, you know, Ricardo, you remember it might have been a party every 2-3 weeks, maybe. It wasn't really just popping like that.
Only party I remember was the freshman party, the freshman football party when they brought us out to the house.
Yeah.
And then I ain't gonna say no names. I say no names, but Buddy was out there drunk as fuck in the front yard, passed out, and then the police got called. We all started running back to the college.
I remember that.
Yeah, that shit was funny.
And so like for us in the spring, it was like I said, it really wasn't a party place like that. It really wasn't. So it was like, what you gonna spend your time doing? And so I was just like, cool, I'm gonna try to work and make a little money. And it all worked out. I will say that that was probably the most I worked that freshman year when I was up there. The next few years, I was working off season, but I was not working nearly as many hours as I was working then, because there were still times when it was challenging trying to juggle everything. So I, the next few jobs I took when I was there were a lot more just kind of, show up when you actually have time, really just on the weekends and stuff like that. It wasn't during the week.
I was still salty, bro. You couldn't get me a job there, bro. I applied there, bro. They didn't give me no job, man. They didn't hire me, bro. I was trying to clean
Hey,
some
you
dishes,
didn't want to work
dog.
there, bro. You didn't want to make pieces and clean dishes. Trust me. And they wasn't paying like that.
Golly.
Bruh, so you be in Houston, Texas, man.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us a little bit about these Texans, man. What's going on over there,
I
man?
was trying to avoid that question. I thought you forgot.
No, bro. What's going on over there with the Houston Texans?
I'm a be politically correct on this one. We in a little bit of a transitionary period.
Rebuild process.
Yeah, rebuild process. You're trying to figure it out. We're going through a little turmoil, but I mean, like realistically, bro. I'll be honest with you, like it's not, to me, it doesn't look good. It don't look like we're gonna be a good football team anytime soon. The Deshaun Watson situation, I don't speak on what people are doing, so I don't know nothing about that. But just the situation with him and the team, it seems like it's sour. He don't want to be there, and they don't want him there. So who knows how that's going to turn out? But I mean, I'm just, like I said, I'm from here. I love my city, so I'm a just big city person, and so I'm always gonna watch them on Sunday, and I'm gonna root for them, support them. I mean, when you have people like Andre Johnson that played here, Arian Foster that played here, the J.J. Watts and all that, like, we had good years, so I'm not, it is what it is. If we have a few bad ones too, but just being honest, I would not expect us to be good for a little minute. So don't bet on us.
Y'all can send Watson over to the Bucks, man. Y'all can send him to us.
Y'all gonna need a quarterback, huh? Brady's gone.
We need one, man. Brady gone. We looking at Kyle. Don't get me wrong. I do like Kyle Trask. I do. I'm willing to see what.
Is that who they saying they're potentially gonna pick up or look for?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. The
combine is next week too, ain't it?
Damn. Already?
I think so.
It's soon. I know it's in March. It could be later on, but I'm pretty sure it's in March.
Yeah, it is. I see a commercial for it. It's coming up. It's coming up.
Kyle Trask.
It'll be an interesting offseason, man.
Yeah, right.
Free agency could be pretty crazy.
Yeah, free agency is gonna be crazy.
Yeah, for real.
But yeah, man. You watch basketball? You an NBA fan?
I keep up. I'm not the biggest NBA fan, but I keep up enough. I know.
So
you usually know what's going on. Yeah, sure.
You a Rockets guy?
For sure. Yeah, I like the young guys. The Rockets actually are exciting. But I mean, like the young guys we got. Jalen Green looks good. Kevin Porter Jr. looks good. Kenyon Martin Jr. looks good. So I'm excited about them. Josh Christopher. The Rockets actually do they ain't won many games, but they look like they're really going in the right direction. So they got a black head coach. So shout out to all the black coaches out there. So I'm not mad at the Rockets at all.
Shoot. Yeah, I'm a little bit salty at the Magic right now. I don't know what.
You know, Orlando Magic fan?
Yeah, bro.
I would not admit that. You should have picked somebody else. I would not admit that.
Hey, man, I'm going to rock with my team. Hey, just like you said, bro, you a big city guy, bro. Like, hey, that's...
Okay.
That's the team, bro.
Well, y'all ain't been good since, like, Penny Hardaway, but okay, I'm messing with you.
Man.
Y'all was good back in the...
Hold on, bro.
Y'all had Big Oladipo for a minute.
Dwight Howard.
Yeah, I was messing with you.
We went to the finals with them, but hold on now. But
y'all was good with Dwight and Big Oladipo, and y'all had some players come out of there.
I don't know what we doing, bro. I really don't. We the worst team in the league right now.
That's rough.
But hey, like you said, we got a bunch of young guys on our team too. But we gotta do something. I don't know. I think we won like 13 games this year.
Oh, we thriving real bad. We thrive over here, man.
Hey,
the Harden Embiid connection. Harden Embiid connection, baby.
Hold on.
This man swear he's from Philadelphia, bro.
Bro has been in Sixers for the offense. I'm like, hold on, wait. But you have been a Sixers fan. Weird.
Exactly.
Bro loves the
Exactly.
Eagles. I remember that.
It's
Bro
where he from
loves
Philadelphia.
Exactly.
Yeah, bro, love the Eagles.
I got my dog.
Forgot about
Hey,
that.
we got my dog from Texas, Hurt. We out here, man. We got, hey, you know, I like him. That's my dog.
I like Jalen Hurts too.
Yeah, man.
Y'all got a little team. Y'all got a little decent team. I like Jalen Hurts. And y'all got who's that receiver y'all got? Y'all got the real skinny.
We got Devontae Smith,
right?
Devontae Smith.
That's right. He looks nice though. People was talking about his size.
Yeah.
Bro looks good.
He's
Yeah, he's smooth as a route runner, man.
Yeah, y'all got a little team.
Yeah, man.
Jalen Hurts. Yeah, that's the guy. They did my dog dirty at Alabama. I was glad he got to resurrect his career at OU and then get a chance in the NFL.
He from Houston?
He is. He's from like Channelview, which is right outside of the city.
Ooh, another Houston cat, man. Hey, we gotta get out there, man.
Another Houston cat.
Gotta do a part 2, man.
Y'all
We gotta travel out there to Houston, man.
Y'all gotta pull up.
I ain't never been to Houston.
For real, I heard.
Been to Austin. I ain't never been to Houston. I've been to Austin. I've been to San Antonio. I ain't never been to Houston.
Dog. See, you
been right there.
Strip clubs, man. 2 hours away.
Man, you just tell me about the strip clubs out there. My fiance, hey, I'm just joking.
Don't get yourself in trouble, bro.
Dead serious,
but yeah,
man.
nice
Dead
too. They nice too, you know, allegedly.
We gotta go.
For sure. Whenever y'all ready, hit my line. We will be here. We will show y'all a good time for sure.
Yeah.
But hold on. So look.
Go ahead.
Let's talk about going from being a football player to what people I guess would call the real world, right? Because it's different, and I don't think everybody really realizes that, especially if you played as long as we have. I assume y'all played from Little League too.
Yeah,
and I know y'all did. We talked about it earlier, right? I mean, you talk about playing and doing something for over a decade, and you trained and conditioned a certain way, right? Like to this day, I don't tell nobody this, but I'm messing around. But there are moments when I'm like, dog, I'm pissed off. I'm at work. I'm pissed off. I want to just go and tackle somebody or run into somebody.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's like you can't do that. It's a whole different. You're taught to be a certain way for your whole life, and instantly you stop playing, and a lot of that is like not acceptable in regular society, right?
Yeah, man.
Just from the structure of everything, of being, all of us up at 5 a.m., hitting the gym, eating your 3 meals a day, on the field, practices 2 hours, to, all that structure you had every single day. So you get out of that, and now you have to make every decision. You literally, from the moment you wake up, you are making all your decisions. That's so different than what we are used to. And, it took me a minute to really adjust to that piece of it, right? Like once I got to a point where I was like, okay, cool, I'm living, I guess what you would call a normal life. And I'm like, dang, it not necessarily to have no rules, but like to say like the structure I had is gone, right? Like I knew and it wasn't because I set it up, but somebody else set it up and sent me the list of the things I do today, right? Like I knew I had practice from this time to this time, workouts from this time to this time. I knew my class schedule was this to this, right? And I mean, some of that was kind of dictated by me, but most of that was put together by somebody else, and I just followed the script. And so you get out of it, and you're like, dang, I'm making my own decisions. I'm my own thing. I got to figure out, that's a different beast. And so I just like that y'all having those conversations, because that's something I think a lot of young guys, especially guys that are playing right now, need to hear and realize, because when you get out of it, that's a big adjustment. That's a big adjustment. 9 to 5 is drastically different than what you was doing before. It's drastic because we were 24/7, right? We literally was from the moment you woke up to the moment you went to sleep. It was football or school, which really a lot of us were doing for football.
Yeah. So I know. I think the thing I have trouble with still to this day, transitioning. The past 2 jobs, I was a salesperson, right? So in corporate America, all this bullshit. When you read the job description, they're looking for people like, oh, we're looking for former athletes that like to compete and all that. Yeah, I like to compete, but I don't give a fuck about sales. I want to show you that I'm a better man than you physically. You know what I'm saying? I want to put
Yeah.
your ass in the dirt.
Exactly.
I can give a fuck like
Exactly.
myself. I want to be the alpha male. I feel like
Exactly.
real shit, not even joking, like my ancestors were probably some that type of gladiators or some shit. I can give a fuck about, excuse my language, I'm doing all this cussing. But I can give a damn about, who got more numbers.
Some sort of Viking clan or something, bro, for sure.
Some.
Your folks for sure were fighters. I don't care what nobody said. But no, for real, like you said, it's like they like to show that, like, oh yeah, we like athletes because they like to compete, they're competitive, but it's a different type of competing competitiveness than we're used to, right? Like I'm used to, all right, cool, line it up, and we're gonna run it 5 times, I'm gonna beat you 3 out of 5 times, right? You might get me twice, but my numbers are better, right? That's what we're used to. Like you said, it was physical, right? There was a mental part of the game, obviously, and everybody hit up, but what we were trying to do was to get so good at the mental part that you could click off thinking and just be physical, right? And it would all come naturally. And that's totally different than what you're doing now, right? Everything you do is mental, really, 99% of it.
Yeah.
I still be telling my homeboys to this day, some of them that play, I be like, bro, I see y'all, and I'm going to tell Ricardo this too now, I see y'all in the gym, y'all want to do these Olympic lifts and putting weights over your head. What y'all training for?
Man,
you can do regular gym lifts, doing all the Olympic lifts and these power cleans. No, I'm just messing.
Well, you just said it, right? You just said it. Like they give us a schedule, they give us workouts. I feel like we was talking about another episode, like a while back, but I guess it brings some type of familiarity or comfort to your everyday. You know what I'm saying? Like it gives you like, all right, shit, I used to do this back in the day. This kept me in check, or kept me my body in check. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So I kind of know football. I did that shit since 3rd grade. You know what I'm saying? That was my love. Now it's really gone. It's not there no more. But I gotta find something to where I used to do that back in my day. In my heyday when I was happy dandy. So let me go ahead and incorporate this and kind of get some some nostalgia. And I still shoot. I love it now. I love lifting weights now, and I'm just keep on doing it till I can't do it no more. Till my shoulders or my knees blow out or whatever.
That's how we curve that edge to hit somebody, run through somebody. You gotta go to the gym, man.
Yeah, push
you gotta
big
power
weight.
clean
For sure.
something.
Yeah,
you gotta do something crazy.
Nah, for sure you have to, cause that's what we literally were taught. That was like literally what it was, right? It was everybody's in the gym. We didn't really do everybody watching. Like some schools do, where it's like one person under the bench, everybody watching. I never experienced none of that, but whenever we had our weights, you had your little group. It was you and your partner. If y'all was in a group of 4 or whatever, like you competing. Like they would put you with somebody. They would pair you up with somebody who was similar, equal in your weight group, and that was the point for y'all to compete, right? To see who was gonna win that day. And that's just that's so I get it. Trust me, I get it. The nostalgia of it is serious. Like to this day, there are times when I'm like, dang, dog, and I'll just walk out to the little league football field I played at, because it's not too far from the house, and I'll just walk around on the grass, because, like you said, the nostalgia of it all, and just thinking about, like, bro, we literally dedicated, half our life to this. That's what's different. That's what's different. From the moment I could run around, like, remember really, really running around and, like, being athletic as a kid, we were playing football.
For real. And shoot, that, like you said it, we say it all the time, bro. Like, football brought us life. That's how I met all my friends, bro. If I didn't play football, bro, I don't know where the hell I'll be. I'll be a friendless. I don't know. I'll be in the streets doing something stupid. For real. Football gave me all my friends, for real. Shoot, I would never met you, Chase. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. For real.
Yeah.
Football got relationships, man.
I agree. I'm with you 100%. I don't know where I would be without football. I have no idea. I can't even picture what my life would be like. I can't even picture it, to be honest with you. I don't know what I would have done after high school.
For real, man. Shoot. Like, it's crazy. It's a crazy game, man. Transitioning, man. For real, like, I feel like institutionalized, bro. I feel like this morning I woke up paranoid. I woke up paranoid. Like, oh shit, did I miss something? Do I got something to do for class? Like,
Yep.
You know, those are stressful times, bro. I still get PTSD, bro. I've been graduated. You know, I got a whole master's. I'm done.
That's why I was gonna ask you that. I was
For
gonna ask
real.
y'all that actually is what's one thing or what's the one thing that y'all miss the most, you think, or that you think about the most, or just you know, or something that if you could go back and do it right now, what would it be?
If I could go back and do it right now, I don't know, man. Like the road trips. Road trips is always fun, man.
Always.
Cause for one, I always like going to another team's stadium.
Yep.
And just messing up their whole day.
Yep. Same.
Just...
I love the way games, dog.
Like I love the way
games.
games.
Out home games, but I was like, dang, they come to our place. We gotta show out our people here. Away games.
Away games. I feel like I could go over there, show my whole ass, be. Yeah, I love the away games, man. Hands down, man. If I could go back and do anything again, cause again, like you traveling with your homies, y'all all going over there. Y'all got the same mission.
Yep.
Oh, we finna go over there and mess up their day. So, yeah, mine would be away games.
Shoot. I'll say, I want to say game day, or it's between game day and then you know, after you know how you have spring camp or fall camp. Excuse me, you got fall camp, and you got them breaks during the day where you guys are just hanging out, you know, bullshitting, you know, locker room talk and all that. I miss that the most going back because the locker room was the funniest place in America, bro. Back in college, man.
No doubt.
Shoot. Everybody who played on any type of team, any sport, had them locker room stories, bro. And just being part of that locker room, and it's nothing like it, man. I miss that the most. It's just funny times in the locker room, man. You seen some shit.
Yeah, for real.
You gotta take to the grave.
For real.
Nah, those are good. Those are good. Let me think what it was for me. I don't know, man. I think it was just that feeling like, you know, I played receiver, so it was just that feeling of like whenever we go out to practice and we used to do this little kind of, you know, passing lane, and everybody used to get out there because I feel like, Ricardo, I remember seeing you out there every now and then. Remember we would just run straight at Coach Rudy and he would throw the ball?
Oh yeah, he was showing what's up, man.
So
goddamn Rudy, Coach Rudy.
No, for real. I remember literally just that, like going out there and literally, you just came from school, you came from class or whatever, and just catching the ball for the first time on that day, just, you know, waking up, you know, all your energy, your body, your nerves. The moment that ball hits your hand, right, like you're awake. And so that's one of the things I miss the most, is just literally like the feeling of just the ball, and I guess that's just the whole competition of all of it, but just the nostalgia and just being able to run around with your boys and you know, compete, bro.
Yeah, to this day, man, this man Chase probably has one of the best hands I've seen. He got big ass hands too. For real. Never catch anything around him, man. I remember
too.
I was there. I was kind of there.
Yeah.
Shoot, Mo, you got any other questions, man?
We appreciate you, bro. Yeah. Nah, man. I'm about to say, we appreciate you, bro.
For sure. Appreciate y'all for having me, man.
Came on the podcast.
For sure. I appreciate y'all for having me, bro. I want to do it again. Y'all got to get another one. We can go another hour.
Yeah, for real. Sure.
For real. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I'm able to come share my story and catch up with my dog and like I said, make a new friend. So I appreciate it.
Man. Connections. For sure, man. Hey, again, we want to appreciate you guys tuning in today to the Head to Head podcast. We had our guest Chase Kimble on today from Houston, Texas. You know, MoandOthepod State graduate. You guys check out this episode. We're going to blast it all over IG, Facebook, Spotify, Apple Music. Y'all find us on YouTube. Like, follow, subscribe, share us. You know, download us. Do what you got to do. Don't just pirate us, though. All right?
Don't do that.
For real.
Oh, man, you got anything to say to the people, man? Y'all have a blessed week, man. We appreciate y'all.
Quick thing, man. Like I said, it's a special episode. First roommate. You know, the first guy I ran into in college, man. Great dude. I know he had a great story to tell. Hopefully, y'all took something from the story that applied to your life. You know what I'm saying? Anything can happen, bro. Life could get changed in an instant, but he could overcome that obstacle as well, and he did, and he's thriving today, man. So hopefully you took something positive out of this story and apply it to your life, man. Once again, Chase, love you, brother. It's good to talk to you, man. I'll probably be hitting you up here shortly soon.
Too,
All right, bro.
Appreciate y'all.
Appreciate y'all, man.
Appreciate y'all.
Yes, sir. Y'all take it easy. Stay blessed.
Stay blessed.